It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme tonight. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Chargers under the lights on Sunday night.
This is the NFL on EA Sports. We're 10 miles south of downtown LA as you get a look inside SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen. Greg, one of the joys of covering the league week in, week out, you watch guys grow and mature, and all of a sudden you turn around and look at the quarterbacks we have in this game. Now we're looking at guys who have arrived at that magic term, franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I think you just have to give a lot of credit, of course, to the player themselves, the work, the ability to invest in themselves to develop, but also in these organizations. They continue to surround these quarterbacks as they've gotten older with better talent, better systems, play to their strengths, maybe protect some of their weaknesses. That's what it takes to play at a high level at the quarterback for a long time in the NFL, and give credit to both these players and both these organizations. I think it's official. They have their quarterback of the future, and the future looks bright.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here come the Chargers, the offense getting set to come out, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick of the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
His skill set can be determined by the letter A. Arm talent, accurate, athletic, and he's got a kind of aura about him. There's something special that they know when he's under center, we have a shot. First-round pick. He's got everything you want for the quarterback position. He needs to take that next step from being a legitimate, bona fide franchise quarterback to a superstar in the NFL.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
Off he goes.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
On play action, now Herbert. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
Opening carry of the game, it's J.K. Dobbins. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. And he does all he can to get away, but they're going to get him right at the line of scrimmage, and it will bring up 4th down.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive linemen had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
On 4th down, out is J.K. Scott to punt for the Chargers. Britton Covey deep for the Eagles. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback, it's Jalen Hurts.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. And in motion is Brown. Throwing to begin. It's Hurts. He finds Devontae Smith. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good...
He works free, right side. And he's going to take this one all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead.
Chargers, nothing.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Now it's Dobbins, and he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
A gain of 4 is now 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. They'll give it to Dobbins. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So the hope is your 1 3rd down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
Here's J.K. Scott now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Eagles offense ready for their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He finds Jahan Dotson. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
They may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
He'll take off again.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the 1st down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
A 1st down throw for Hurts. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. Khalil Mack, 3-time All-Pro, in there to bag another one.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the 1st quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection. How can we get extra bodies and extra attention? Because we still got a long way to go in this one.
A 2nd down throw for Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
3rd and long. Now Hurts. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Alohi Gilman. And the Chargers have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a 1st down. They'll run it with Dobbins out of the pistol. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Herbert. There is his tight end, Disley. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A gain there of 21. First down, L.A.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Play action now. It's Herbert. Pass to the tight end, Hurst. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll run it with Gus Edwards. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. From the gun, it's Herbert. To the goal line and in. Matt McConkey. Touchdown, Chargers. Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chargers will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Britton Covey now on the return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to come back out for this next possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack. So we are through 1 on Sunday Night Football. all even on the scoreboard. We're back in Southern California in a moment. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now Hurts. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and 3rd down coming up. Hurts working in the pistol. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. On the return for the Chargers, it's Darius Davis. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Justin Herbert back out there. He and the Chargers getting set to go once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you can have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
On 1st down, Herbert. He connects with Disley. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Shotgun now for Herbert. Quick throw, taken in. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the 1st down, a pickup of 8.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. Now a screen set up for Edwards. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Pistol here for Herbert. And this will be incomplete, but a penalty flag down on the play. And let's see who's guilty. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Herbert to the air again. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's going to be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Ball resting on the 9. 1st down and goal. The tight end going in motion to the left. Now Herbert again. Quick throw here is complete. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. Gains nothing.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon, and frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so, until this defense proves that they can stop it.
And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Gus Edwards. Touchdown, Los Angeles. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Dicker now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Chargers will move out to a 14-7 lead. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. To throw is Hurts. Now he takes off. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting 1st downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. He's got his tight end, Goddard, working the middle of the field. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, Philadelphia.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Third down and 9. Throwing is Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. Give him 13 on that screen play. And a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Down at the 12. It's first and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Now he'll run.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Here's second and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Throwing is Hurts. That'll be caught left side. It's Goddard.
Nice job here by the defense. They understood this quarterback is looking to push this ball downfield past the line to gain, and he's got no choice but to check it down short to the tight end, rally tackle, and brings up fourth down.
On fourth down, it's Jake Elliott time for the Eagles. That one is good. And the Eagles are back within 4 at 14-10.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. Davis now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to get back at it. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with first and 10. Herbert to throw. This throw taken in by Hurst. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
Second and 6 at the 32-yard line.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. There's that man again, another catch.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They send the tight end in motion. Herbert now on 1st down. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this 1st half. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Herbert. He keeps it himself.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on 1st down.
2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll send the tight end in motion right. On 1st down, Herbert. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. And he's going to be brought down. They passed on that field goal attempt, and they get nothing out of it as the 1st half comes to an end.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. The 2nd half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Pretty interesting 1st half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this 2nd half gets underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. They trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Open man downfield is Brown. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 74 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Elliott on now for the PAT. He's got it. And the Eagles move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14.
Chargers 14.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. A run with Dobbins. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4.
A gain of 4 is now 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
Putting the tight end in motion. Shotgun now for Herbert. Open man's got it. That's Chark. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
It seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Herbert now on 1st down. He connects with Disley. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Here's Dobbins. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Reed Blankenship coming up from his safety spot to make the stop. Second and 7. Now Herbert. A throw on the move is caught. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball.
That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, LA. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, That's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Point after now from Dicker. It's up and through. And the Chargers move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. For the return, here comes Britton Covey. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and will try to sustain it here down the stretch. From 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Now Hurts going to call his own number. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense, and I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
Third and short, and Hurts will throw. And that is incomplete. John Dodson was the intended receiver there. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
If you want to be a top-notch NFL DB, of course, yes, the athleticism is a given. But it's really, you have to be instinctive. The instincts are what allow you to maximize those physical skills. And you saw him on full display right here, leading in the big-time breakup.
Davis to return it. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Chargers offense. And Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath. Not exactly the type of drive to write home about, Mike. 3 passes, 3 incompletions, no yards gained, and I really can't blame any of these fans who have continued to voice their frustration, especially after that last series of play calls.
And the Chargers will punt, getting set to kick it away. Back deep for the Eagles, Britton Covey. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Eagles offense ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. Room to run at the 40. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. The open receiver is Dodson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. On the ground, this is Barkley. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now Hurts. This one is caught by Dodson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
And in motion is Brown. Hurts to the air on 1st down. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now Hurts. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
They'll empty out the backfield, line up for 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's got his man. It's Smith. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Eagles. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. Throwing on 1st down is Herbert. There is his tight end, Disley.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
On the ground, here's Dobbins. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll stay on the ground. And he'll take this ahead to the 43-yard line. Josh Sweat there on the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. On play action now, Herbert.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a 1st down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Up the middle they go. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. First and 10 now from the 36. Herbert to throw. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 27-yard line.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Pistol here for Herbert. He runs with it.
Well, the quarterback didn't gain a whole lot there, Mike, but frankly, he didn't need a whole lot either. Nice job understanding the situation, when to pull it down, and he's able to pick up the first down on his own.
They'll give it to Dobbins.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd down and 3. Tight end motioning left. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down. Open man is the tight end Disley. A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he's in. Quentin Johnston. Touchdown Chargers. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Kicker now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Chargers have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Hurts delivers it quick to Brown.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. That's taken in right side by Goddard. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough. for a first down.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
Hurts going to keep it on the option. And maybe the quarterback should have given that one away. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
A lot of defensive strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on them. And in this case, they're able to hold them to no gain.
To throw on second down is Hurts. To the outside, catch made by Brown. That catch puts him over the 100-yard mark here tonight, and it gives the team a first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
First and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He'll tuck it and take off. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
From the 35, it's first and 10. To throw is Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
To the left side, it's caught by Brown. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
First down, Eagles.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
On first and 10, it's Barkley. And that'll be a pickup of 3. A second down throw for Hurts. He's going to run it. And he's in. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
Next to score, Eagles 31, Chargers 28.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Davis now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with first and 10. They'll run to begin this drive. It's Edwards. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 6. They fake the handoff. Now Herbert. To the left side. Catch made by McConkey.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. They'll send their tight end left. Shotgun now for Herbert. He gets this one complete to Johnston. He's going to have the 1st down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now it's Dobbins. And just a short pickup there to about the 44. Here's a 2nd and 9. They're going to motion the tight end over here. From the gun, it's Herbert. The open man is Johnston. He's got it. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They send the tight end in motion. Now Herbert. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. It'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In 4th quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
Again, they'll throw with Herbert. There's that man again. Another catch. It is 2nd and a yard. Herbert to the air again. That one complete to McConkey. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Now, 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Will Dissly, touchdown Los Angeles. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Dicker, good with the extra point. And the Chargers have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Here's Gainwell to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. That's A.J. Brown and the rest of the Eagles offense set to take over once more. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. Here's first down. Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. They smelled the screen and took care of it. Blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screenplay is, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
On second down, Hurts. The open receiver is Dotson.
As the saying goes, Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation, and I think they got a shot.
A big play in the game now. Third down and 1. Dotson, the man in motion. And they'll throw here with Hurts. That one caught by Smith. So the Eagles will use their first time out here. And it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Man in motion is Brown. Again, Hurts. He'll go right back to Smith. They hook up again. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Hurts working in the pistol. There's the tight end, Grant Calcaterra. And he's out of bounds with the first down, so they get a new set of downs, and just as importantly, stop the clock.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Hurts will try it again. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. To the air again. Hurts. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Davis now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. This is 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That one complete to Johnston. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. Two timeouts, still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. He connects with Palmer on that one. Now a timeout, Chargers here. That's their second. The clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go. Now 2nd and inches. Throwing, Herbert. He connects with Disley. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. Herbert to the air again. And the rush gets there. Down he goes.
A loss of 7 brings up 2nd and 17 at the 40.
So it's a win here for the Eagles. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. Good night from SoFi.